Hello, everyone. That is really loud, that alarm. Every time I have my volume turned up full and it like blasts my ears off. But yeah, welcome to episode 37 of the XBL Party Podcast UK. My name is Ash, aka I'm Ghostbuster, and I'll be hosting today as Redders is off this week. And I am joined by, it's that way on my screen, TheGinna and BmG. How's it going, folks?
Good evening.
Good.
You're not having a camera tonight, Ginna. We're just getting your little logo.
You just have my logo tonight.
Oh.
Yeah, I look pretty bad. So
you look pretty bad normally, so it wouldn't matter.
It's because he's sat in the buff. That's why.
Hey, I died last week. Apparently, I was hit by Fabio. Murdered me in his milk van. But here I am. I've been resurrected, so it's all good.
He's ran over Redders this week.
Literally, someone in a Discord, and I have another Discord for like game dev, and they must have been watching the stream because they put up a thing saying RIP. So they've just said he's died. I was like, oh right, I've died. Fantastic. So yeah, it's a busy week this week. There's been a lot of news, some fantastic, some not that great, but we're going to go through it all. We're going to chat all sorts of stuff. There's a lot of Xbox news, which is nice because it's been a bit dry. If it's not Activision, it's been very dry for Xbox news recently. So it's nice to have that. But we'll. All right. God, I'm going. What have you been playing this week? We'll jump in with that, Ginna. What have you been playing?
Not a lot. I've been a bit ill, so I haven't really got a chance to play much this week. Yeah.
Thanks for that.
I got ill. So from the last show up until before I got ill, I played more Vampire Survivors, bit of Fortnite, bit of Halo, bit of COD, and I was gonna start Somerville, and then I got struck down by illness. So
struck down by the illness.
Yeah, I'll start Somerville next.
That is literally what Redders is doing, Muppet. It's hanging out with little Redders.
Oh, bloody hell.
What have you been playing then, BMG?
Pretty much there's only really one game that I've been touching, and that's God of War Ragnarok. No, haven't touched Destiny in weeks now.
And you're a Destiny podcaster. Shame.
Yeah,
shame
I know, it's
you.
bad.
That woman off Game of Thrones is coming. Shame.
Yeah, she's going to come ring a bell at me, make me walk down the street with my tits out. Yeah.
Have you seen this show? They don't even talk about Destiny.
Not recently. There's no news. There's no Destiny news at the moment.
Dead game.
It's not dead. Not dead. It's like Elvis. It's just living on an island somewhere for now. But yeah, pretty much God of War Ragnarok. Just making my way through that. I have downloaded Battlefield 2042 because it's now on Game Pass EA Play. I've not had a chance to get into it yet. Because I've seen like a few things online since it hit Game Pass and EA Play. It's kind of had an influx of players, so servers have been crap because they didn't account for more than 5 people joining. So
that's all it's had in the last like 3 years.
So I thought I'll give it a week or two until things calm down a bit and they hopefully spin up a couple more servers, and then I'll be jumping into that. But other than that, that's pretty much it, really.
Yeah, I've not played. I say that I've played a few bits, but I haven't like done a lot. Like I've started jumping into a few platforms. So I bought that Pac-Man World Repack, so the remaster or the remake of that PS1 Pac-Man game, and oh my god, I love it. It is fantastic. It literally just plays like a PS1 platformer, but it looks shiny and new, and I'm all for that. So if you like classic platformers, honestly, really, really fun. It's like Crash Bandicoot and stuff, but Pac-Man, and then suddenly it grows large and starts eating everyone. It's great. I've also been playing KO the Kangaroo, the reboot of that. That's pretty cool. The developer sent us a code for that, and I've been playing that. So I've been very much having a platformer-esque week, mainly playing sort of classic platformers and sort of like old school platformers. Grapple Dog as well. You're a dog with a grappling hook. It's a 2D platform. Honestly, it's just come out this week. It's amazing. It's like a fast-paced sort of. It feels very retro because it's 2D pixelated graphics, but man, it is fun. Honestly,
sounds like an achievement whore game.
No. It's got a lot of collectibles, lots to do and stuff like that. Loads of levels. So yeah, it's not an easy sort of one to do. And then I was playing, what's this game called? I can never remember the name of it. Last Hero of Nostalgia, which is like a Dark Souls parody game, basically. Where you like play as a stickman doing like Dark Souls gameplay. And it's sort of like taking a jab at sort of like classic games and tropes and stuff like that. But it's not that bad. I'm not a big Dark Souls, like Souls-esque sort of enjoyer. I don't want to have that much struggle in my game. Do you know what I mean? I don't need that much challenge. I just want to play a game for fun. And Dark Souls, I hate the whole like having to stand there and block for ages and dodge to get like one hit in to do it again. It's just I don't want that hard a game, basically. Yeah, Fimber there says it's fun but hard as fuck. Yes, it is. It's a fun game. It's a bit brighter than Dark Souls as well. Dark Souls is a bit grimy for my liking. But yeah, so they're the main ones I've been playing this sort of week. I've got a big backlog of stuff I'm trying to get through. I've just downloaded the Warzone 2, mainly because I think you need it to play bloody Call of Duty at the moment, which is annoying. And also the Discovery thing, the what's it called now? Assassin's Creed Valhalla Viking Age Discovery Tour. I've bought that as well, even though I've got it on the main game. I've bought it, so now I own every Assassin's Creed game digitally.
Isn't that for school kids?
It can be. I'm going to let my son play it. He loves like history and stuff, but there's no combat in it and no fight. You're basically playing as different Viking people, and you're in the same like cities and environments and worlds, and you sort of walk around, interact on doing their sort of lives. But it also has things you can sort of interact with that give you like history and also explain how they sort of built the game as well. So it's quite interesting. But
did they do that for the other two games?
I know they did it I think they did it for Odyssey. But they've released this one as well as a separate paid, like you can buy it.
Right, okay.
I didn't have to buy it because I already have the game and it's included. But this one has achievements and it's a separate. So I was like, I can let my son just play that and not have to worry that he'll be playing the main game, chopping people up and stuff. Do you know what I mean? Not that he would, but it's one of those things. It's something he can learn from and he'd enjoy. But and it's a bit shocking that they're charging for it, but it is what it is, I suppose. But there seems to be a lot of good feedback on the store, like people with like disabilities and like accessibility issues that can enjoy the world from the Assassin's Creed Valhalla because it's like a slow pace sort of wandering sim, basically, which is quite cool. So
there's no story or anything to it. It's just literally wandering around.
There is like a it's not like an interesting story as such. It's like the first bit. I've only played the first bit. It's like some bloke's going off to do leaving his wife to go and do raids and stuff like that. So he's like getting everything sorted, ready to do that, and she's like going to be looking after stuff. And it's basically explaining like the day-to-day Viking life at the moment. But it's about 4 to 6 hours long, I believe, like just to play through it. And then there's all the sort of things to interact with the collectibles and stuff. So I'll get my money out of it. So can't complain. Thimber says he's used some of his Xbox points to get Bikini Bottom rehydrated. An amazing game.
Is it?
Yes, I bought it at launch, and it is a fantastic retro platformer. I'm looking forward to the new SpongeBob platformer because of it. So, have you not played it? It's amazing. It's such a good game.
I love SpongeBob. I think it's absolutely hilarious. I used to, with my nephew, we used to sit and watch SpongeBob SquarePants because it has the adult humor in it. But, you know, as a game, I'm not going to play SpongeBob the
Really
game.
good.
It looked awful.
It's really
played
good.
awful, if I remember rightly.
No. The PS2 SpongeBob was amazing. So You're wrong, but I'll let you off. Right, let's jump into some topics, or we'll be here till the end of time today. There's absolutely 10 ton of them. Let me just get them up in front of me.
And we're giving some away today.
Yes, we are. Thank you to Redders' friend, who has provided us with a copy of The Witcher 3 Game of the Year edition on Xbox. I don't know if it's a worldwide code or if it's a UK code yet. I can't remember if he specified earlier. But everyone who is commenting in chat is entered as long as you subscribe to the channel. If you are subscribed, we'll do a draw at the end, and one lucky person will be sent the code in a DM afterwards. And that's it. So, yes, we are going crazy with giveaways. We've also got our 900 subscriber special. There'll be a video up with that giveaway. Probably I'm going to film it this weekend, so it'll probably be up Sunday, Monday. Next Thursday on the XBL Party Podcast UK show, we've got a copy of Ghostbusters. Is it Spirit Awakened? The new game.
It's Unleashed.
Spirits Unleashed. We've got a copy of that going out for giveaway to one lucky listener as well. Only the best for our viewers and our subscribers. Like I say, we're at like 940 subs now. We only need 60 subscribers to push us over that 1,000 mark, and that will be amazing. So if you're a fan, you like what we do, hit that like button, hit subscribe, get it shared out on social, share it with your nan, and let's get everyone in, because like I say, we've got that little sort of hill to climb. And then at 1,000, we've got a copy of God of War Ragnarok to give away. I mean, like, crazy stuff. Loads of codes. Just throwing them out. Like Oprah. Like, you get a code, you get a code. Everyone gets a code. There you go, Fimber. All you got to do is be here next week live in the chat like you always are anyway, and you'll be in it to win it, mate. In it to win it. So
there's bonus points if you stay in the chat for like 7 days straight. Even when we're not live, just stay in chat.
Someone would do that, you know that.
Probably.
One day we'll have to do like a charity. You know, like Ginna did that 24-hour, but maybe not 24-hour, maybe like an all night, like an 8 p.m. to 8 a.m. sort of thing. And we'll just like bump fire codes out as well to raise money for charity and stuff like that. So Fimber's put in, there was a show every day. My man, I've been asking these guys to do more content. If Ginna weren't ill all the time and like we'd have content. Like I say, we've got 2 podcasts every week. I'm hoping to launch a sort of monthly Nintendo podcast in January. I want to bring back the We Blow Kart sort of retro podcast in the new year as well. But the guy I used to do them with, I'm not able to do them with him at the moment. So it's just finding people. And unfortunately, there's not many of us. So between me, Ginna, BmG, Redders, we can't do 7 days straight. We'd love to. It'd be great. But so if anyone is interested and wants to be part of and help us and wants to like join us and do content with us, get in touch. We're always happy. Like I say, BMG's come on and he started doing his PlayStation podcast, which is absolutely awesome. I watched it yesterday, the one from Tuesday. Redders on a Monday's got his Rambling with Redders. Ginna once a year has got his Gaming Room 101.
Fortnightly.
So. Fortnightly it is.
Season 3 coming in 2024.
Yeah, that's it. So there's loads of stuff coming. We just, like I say, it just takes time. I'm recording like loads of new stuff over Christmas. That'll not be like reviews or podcasts, but it's just time. And like I say, we've all got lives. It's just crazy. Masuko in chat saying he's using his Switch after a while playing Xenoblade Chronicles. Do you know what? I've started playing on my Switch quite a lot. I've been playing that new Jurassic Park game where you're like hiding in the cupboards and stuff like that, while all the raptors are after you. Really cool. It was a VR exclusive. It's now on Switch. And I'm looking at picking up Mario Kart again because they've just released the new tracks. They've just added another 8 tracks to it, so I'm a sucker for Mario Kart. and I've bought Mario Party for kids for Christmas and 2 extra. What are they called? They're not nunchucks, are they? What they call the little Switch things, the Diddy controller things, the little like midget and sort of like 2 like tiny weeny thingies. They're so small.
Joy-Cons.
Nah, Joy-Cons, that's it. Teeny weeny little, like, you've got to be like a fucking, like a little toy or something, like a Barbie doll could play with them, because you got like that. So, tiddy widdy little controllers, honestly.
That's what they should have called it. Much better name than Joy-Cons.
Yeah, Masuka, though, that I'll be putting a written review up over the weekend for that Jurassic Park. It's actually really good. It was split into 2 parts because it was VR exclusive, but they've combined it to one on the Switch. So, yeah, really, really fun. But yeah, because we'll be here all day not talking about these news. So let's jump in because there's absolutely tons of it. Now, where is the stuff? So we'll get into the sort of Xbox news first. Xbox Live turned 20 this week, which is crazy to think about it. I mean, have any of you guys been there since day one?
Yes.
How old am I now? Yes.
Is your Xbox Live account 20 though? Is what? Not how old are you? Like, have you had an XBL account for 20 years though?
No,
not this one. Yeah.
No, I haven't. I got in at Halo 2. I played it for a bit because they brought like that. You had to buy like an actual physical disc for the DLC back in the day for the extra maps, and I played that a little bit. But then I never really played anything else online, so I didn't subscribe for long. And then, like when you're a kid, you always forget your usernames and stuff. So when I went to the 360, I then since I got my 360, I've had my account all the way through basically. So
did you do that? Remember when Xbox was it earlier this year? Everyone got an email to see your history of Xbox, and then you went into that virtual room,
little museum.
Yeah, the little museum thing. Because it's like I say, I've had original Xbox, I've had all the Xboxes, I've had all the PlayStations, Nintendo consoles, Mega Drives, and stuff like that. But when I went onto that museum thing, it would only show me from the 360. Because for whatever reason, I had a lot of issues back when it was the 360 with Xbox Live and stuff. I think that's when I switched over to PlayStation 3 because I was having that many issues with Xbox. I just went, you know what, sod this, I'm moving over to PlayStation. And but yeah, I think my earliest game I think was about that Halo 2, roundabout there as well, that it was showing me, and then gives you your history of everything you played, what was your most played game, and all that stuff. It was really, really good. I don't know if it's still live.
I don't know. My most played game was Lego Worlds, but it's probably my kids playing it for hours on hours on hours. I'm like, I think I played about an hour of Lego Worlds, but apparently it's my most played Xbox game ever.
I was so disappointed with Lego Worlds. I love Minecraft and stuff. When I saw Lego Worlds first announced, I was like, this is going to be amazing. This is what...
My kids absolutely love it. I mean, it's like Minecraft, and it's really cool how you build stuff, but it's limited. The worlds aren't that big.
Yeah.
That's the downside to it.
Side of it is crap. And how you can place things now.
It runs like garbage. I had to move it onto the internal, onto the SSD. That made it run a bit smoother, but it's badly optimized. But my kids absolutely love it. They play that and also Lego City. So even though we finished Lego City, 100% of it, I looked the other day, they've got like 270 billion studs on it because they just keep playing it. They just drive around and stuff and mess about on it and do an odd mission again and again. I'm like, I've bought them all. I own every Lego game, but they only go back to them two. So I've downloaded Minecraft. I'm going to try and get onto that a little bit, and a few others. I've got that Overcooked, they're like remastered Overcooked 1 and 2. I fancy trying to play that with kids as well. I think they'd probably get it now they're a bit older. So,
I don't think that's a good idea.
I played Overcooked. Me and my wife nearly split up over it. Oh, I got angry at Overcooked, but if I play it with the kids, I'll play it like more just for a laugh and not worry about it. I'm just trying to think of games to keep them busy.
You won't be able to. I remember playing it, turning around to my wife saying, "Are you fucking stupid? Just cut the pissing letters and chuck it over."
I had to do that, and we got right to the end of Overcooked 1. She's like, I'm not fucking playing this with you anymore. And she like stormed off, and I had to do the last level on my own, which was weirdly a lot easier. If you play Overcooked solo, it's so much easier than co-op. Plus, you don't get frustrated and fight with each other over it.
Yeah, but it's a game you shouldn't play sober. It's so much more fun.
I've been playing. I say that I've been playing. Is it Godlike Burgers or something like that this week for review? Which is basically like one of those type of games where you run a kitchen and stuff like that. Like you run like a space diner basically, and it's got like a bloody strip pole in the back room and stuff, and you have to like kick out these rats and stuff because they try to just watch the strip show and not eat any burgers and stuff. But God, it's so convoluted compared to like Overcooked, which is just simple and easy to understand. Do you know what I mean? Overcooked has perfected the sort of like top-down kitchen sort of madness. Do you know what I mean? To like a point where I hope there's number 3 at some point.
All he needs is Gordon Ramsay DLC.
Yeah, do you know what's crazy? I installed it the other day and it was downloading. It was like, there's the Swedish Chef costume. I'm like, what? So I've now got the Swedish Chef from the Muppets as my character, and that's all I want in life. I don't need anything else.
From Finbar.
Also, Overcooked is dark. I don't think it is. It some levels are hard, but you can get quite far in Overcooked without wanting to like bash your head against the wall. Dark Souls, to me, I play for like 10 minutes and I'm like, what? I'd may as well have stapled my genitals to like a bit of wood and be whacking them with a stick, and it'd be just as enjoyable, because Dark Souls is fucking horrible. I don't get why people enjoy it. So, how are you, BmG? As soon as you put that guy's thing up, how are you?
Good, thank you. Living the dream.
Living the dream.
My head is freshly polished. Went
down
to the local bowling alley. Put my head in ball shiner. Yeah, you do need a shave. Or you growing it for Christmas? Are you going to be Santa?
Do you know what? I like to grow it out and then I trim it down. Like last Christmas, I kept the stubble, but I shaved it all the way off. I just haven't decided, but I've got like 2 Christmas do's next week and then the week after we work. So what I'll probably do is I'll get my hair cut and have beard trimmed or something properly next week, ready for the Christmas do. So that's why I'm not on the Game Awards show if we did run one, because I am going to be the morning, like Game Awards is at like 4:30 in the morning or something.
No, it's not. It's
is it not?
I think it's 12:30. It's 12:30 in the morning until about 3:30 or 4:30 or something like that.
So yeah, so I need to be
starting at 4:30
on the day of my like Christmas do, where I'm going to be like paralytic. So I don't want to be knackered as well. I'll not get through it.
no. But yeah, we're figuring that out of who's willing to come on and do it.
I'm good because I love the Game Awards. I did it last year. We were like an official co-streamer of it, and we'll probably be again this year. It's just I'm gonna have to be one of those people that watches it all back in the morning on the way to work or something like that. Do you know what I mean? I'll have to just get me.
What day and time again was it?
It's Friday morning at like midnight in the morning. It's like on Friday next Friday.
Yeah,
no, the 9th. Yeah,
9th. Yeah, a couple of weeks.
Ah, right, okay. Yeah, probably not.
Don't worry, Ginna. We won't expect you to.
Thimber's put, how did I miss it at Game Awards? I think just the general like Keeley masturbating over Kojima and stuff probably just pushed it out of my mind. Like it got lost in that. So, but yeah, have you noticed that you can actually play original Xbox games online? Because they've like modded the original sort of Xbox Live back up. Have you seen that?
Right.
No.
I've not done it. There's a group online that have sort of relaunched the original Xbox Live. It's only for a few games from what I can tell, but it works really well, apparently. I don't know how it works. I don't know how they've managed it. I'm assuming you have to put some sort of mods on your Xbox and stuff like that to access it. But it's cool when people do that, especially when people like Microsoft and stuff won't keep them up and get it. I think everything, like if you shut down your servers, I understand there's not enough people using your dedicated servers. I understand that, but allow us to host our own servers. Yeah, it won't be as good as if you have a dedicated server, and it might be a bit laggy, but at least we can play together. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
And it doesn't cost you anything to like peer-to-peer it instead of having to dedicate. And like, I totally understand. No one is playing Need for Speed from like 14 years ago. No one's playing FIFA 2017 anymore. Yeah, shut the servers down, but at least allow us the ability to host our own games. If we just so happen to all want to play FIFA 2017 again, leave it in. Like, every game should have like when you play on PC, you can. I can still do LAN games on Hexen and original Hexen discs and stuff like that. Not like, why can't we do it on consoles? Do you know what I mean?
If it's not going to cost them out to do it and just leave it open like that, then why not? And then maybe just have a message in it that says you may incur, bump into issues or bugs or what have you, but we're no longer supporting the service. So that way people don't start messaging saying, "Oh, my game's not working. Oh, I've got a big head mode's not working," and all that crap. And just play it.
Yeah, but I'd love to go back to some retro games. Like, I'm a massive retro fan. Everyone knows that. But you can't play a lot of the older stuff on console anyway. You have to find PC versions and stuff like that. Thank God for things like GOG, like Good Old Games and stuff, who DRM-free retro games. They've re-released them. They bring them to modern audiences. They put in like the multiplayer and stuff, the servers, and like the peer-to-peer stuff. That's all I want. Game preservation. We're losing classics because people are either actively blocking communities from looking after them, or they're just not giving us the option to, and they're just delisting and stuff. So,
speaking of good old games, they've just announced that Narita Boy is free on the service this week. For anyone who hasn't played that masterpiece, you can get it for free now.
Do we have a review up of it on the channel? For a shameless plug, or did we not do one? If not a shameless
If we
plug.
haven't, I will get one done because that game is fantastic. There's one on my channel, but I don't do my channel.
I think it might have been on your channel originally. So,
God damn it. But yeah, great game, and it's now free. You can get it on PC.
Nice.
Review coming in 2025.
Yeah.
What's
the
free?
sequel will be here, probably.
Star Wars Squadrons is free on Epic Game Store this week as well, for anyone who doesn't have that or doesn't have Game Pass. So, for the like 5 people that want to play that game.
Speaking of like just older games and stuff, I was laying in bed yesterday, I was struck with the illness, and
the illness.
And I just couldn't get. I had Queens of the Stone Age in my head for some reason, and it just made me think of Need for Speed Underground, the first one. And then I was just sat there thinking, I really want to go and play Need for Speed now, and it's a shame, like, just can't flick it on and chuck it on like we used to be able to,
I keep meaning to buy not Project Gotham. What's that one? Midnight Club, LA.
Oh, that was an awful game.
No, it was not. Shut your mouth. It wasn't a Need for Speed Underground, but God, it was good. I'm sure I've got the physical disc of it somewhere, but I know you can get it digitally on Xbox at the moment. But it's all when they put it on sale, it's still like £9 on sale on Xbox 360. I'm like, who the fuck's paying that? Who looks at these sales, honestly?
Might be cheaper now with Black Friday sales already started on Xbox.
Oh, the Black Friday sale. We'll jump into that now because it was coming up, but we'll jump into that. Obviously, it's Black Friday soon for all of you crazy Americans that want to like crush each other to death trying to get that telly and stuff at your Walmarts and stuff. But obviously, in the UK, they started it already. In the UK, it's just like Black Friday is just like a month of sales to us. They don't really do much. We don't have like a set day. They don't go crazy like they do in America, but we get some good online discounts. Amazon do stuff.
It's weird that it's called Black Friday as well, because Black Friday traditionally was something completely different in the UK. It's the last Friday before Christmas where everyone just goes out and gets pissed, and it's absolutely manic in town.
That's Black-Eyed Friday. Black-Eyed Friday.
Black Friday.
Oh, Black-Eyed Friday. It's always fun.
That's going to be me in 2 weeks at this too.
Yeah, last Friday before Christmas, pubs and that are always rammed. Black Friday. But yeah, American one sounds a lot less interesting.
Although the
that's a more
Black
fun.
Friday film, is it called Black Friday? The one with Bruce Campbell in, where the aliens invade him and it's like turns into like a zombie in the shop.
Oh, in the shop, yeah. I've not watched it, but I've seen the trailer. It looks funny
it's
as
so
hell.
good. It's so bad. It's good. It's one of those like B movie horrors, but I enjoyed it. I highly recommend it. I watched it over Halloween. But getting back onto Xbox, there are a ton of great sales. In the UK, you can currently get the Series S for £189.99, which is fantastic. That is literally less than £10 more than what I paid for my expansion drive the other week. So you're getting a full little console, the cheapest way to get into next gen. Great if you don't have a 4K telly. Even if you do have a 4K telly, it's not a bad console at all.
Cheaper than a Switch, isn't it? At that price?
It's cheaper than a Switch, yeah. It's nearly as cheap as a Switch Lite or whatever they're called. It's good. It's a really good. It's digital only. Like I say, the only downside is it's got a small internal memory, but you can get the externals. You can get the overpriced SSD cards if you want to waste your money like I did, or you can just plug in hard drives as well for Xbox One games or to swap them about. But for £189.99, it's a steal. And honestly, with the way in the UK we are getting absolutely bent over backwards by our electric bills, our gas bills, our tax and stuff, our everything basically. It's harder and harder times for everyone, and money just isn't available. So if you want to get a next gen console, you're still waiting, but you don't have 500 quid for an Xbox Series X or a PS5. Yes, they've got deals on as well, but they're still expensive. They're still like 400 quid. The Series S at that price is phenomenal, and I think it's going to sell bucket loads, especially when we Game Pass and stuff. They've just stuck Battlefield on. We've got Pentiment, which we'll be talking about in a bit. There's loads. I just don't have time. I'm literally drowning in games, and I wouldn't normally recommend a digital only console, but like I say, for me, I only use the disc drive for very few things now. So to save that much money, like I would have probably gone for that if that was the price of it when I bought my X. Admittedly, the X is more powerful. You get the 4K, but for the price alone, like I say, in tough times, you cannot go wrong. It's such a good deal. I hope it translates into sales, like, because if they don't, if it just dies on its arse, then like there's no we can do now. Xbox, it's up to you. So.
But I know it's America. They've on the Series S. They've got quite a good deal. I think I can't remember if it's Walmart, if it's Target. They've got the Series S coming in at $249.99. But if you buy it, but if you buy it, you also get a £50 or $50 gift card, which you can use straight away to knock it off that. So you literally get in the console for $199.99 with a headset. It was cracking deal there.
Yeah, that's fantastic. I've got like a Black Friday deal on my hard drive where like my expandable drive where I get like a 20 quid voucher back for it, like an Xbox card.
You've got a lot of stuff on your hard drive.
Oh yes, that's what the Fed said. But so keep looking around, and there's some amazing deals. There's a lot. Amazon have got some fantastic deals on physical games. I mean, I've avoided them, but you can get some like really good stuff at the moment at a dirt cheap price. So, have you picked anything up in the sale? I picked up Sonic Origins at 50% off, because at that price you can't go wrong. And I'm probably also going to pick up, I'm just got it up in front of me, I'm going to pick up the Dragon Ball The Breakers for 25% off. And I'm umming and ahhing over Gotham Knights at 40%, because like 40% off is a good price. To be fair, GTA Trilogy is 50% off as well for anyone who doesn't have it. And
really?
It's $27.49 digitally, which isn't bad. I think I only paid $30 for it physically, but they've patched it now so it actually is playable to most most
I'll
ways.
have to have a look at that. Yeah, because I was considering picking up the GTA trilogy, but obviously the issues it was having at launch and the price it was at, I was like, nah, I don't think so.
I picked it up. I picked it up physically at like 28 or 29 quid a bit back, but it was literally when it was having all that issues, they dropped it in price everywhere for like a week. So I was like, "Wait, I'll get it now." But yeah, it's been patched since then. It's definitely a lot smoother, a lot sort of better quality. But there's loads of stuff on sale. Like, you were on about getting out Ginna at all? Do you think?
No, there's not really anything I've seen that I want at the moment. The only game I'm kind of looking forward to, I might pick up, but it won't be in the sale, is that Midnight Suns. But there's not been anything in the sales that's really reached
You don't
out
want
to me.
Cobra Kai for 85% off?
No, I'm okay. But I've got enough that I want to play anyway. Like I said, I still haven't started Pentiment or Somerville and a few others, and I still got to finish Plague's Tale. I've got a bit of that left to do, so I'm all right for now.
There's some good stuff though. There is a backlog. I mean, Dead Rising 4 at £8.49 is a really low price. It hasn't been that low for a while, especially around Christmas. I recommend that. God, I could be here all day.
The Xbox Gear Shop has got me more tempted. However, some of those t-shirts.
Oh my God! Have you seen the Age of Empires Christmas jumper? I was like, that looks amazing, and then I was like, not for like 60 quid. It's not.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah, it's got a trebuchet on it though, which is amazing, like a giant trebuchet on the back.
Some of the stuff on their store is fantastic, but yeah, it's a bit expensive. Especially since they said we're now having UK distributors and moving it to the UK, so it'll be cheaper. And ever since they put that out, it's got more expensive.
Yeah, it literally has. Oh, I picked up Klonoa as well. Klonoa Fantasy Reveres, the 1 and 2. So that was 50% off, something like that. Picked that up. Been wanting to get that since launch, but I didn't want to pay 40 quid for it. So all sorts. Lost Judgment, 60% off. That's a good price as well.
That's the newer one out as well.
Yeah, that's the new one. Yeah, Lost Judgment. There's all sorts of good stuff. So check them out, people, and let us know in the comments if you guys are paying out. I know not Muppet, Thimber bought SpongeBob on sale, so he got a good deal there. But there is a lot of cool stuff.
Is there, obviously, while you've got it up there, not on games, but on like the Xbox Design Labs or any of the accessories, are any of them on discount for Black Friday?
Don't know. You can buy the Xbox Series S at $189 on the actual console now, though. Hardware, let's have a gander. There's a couple of pads on sale. Oh, they're only like 8%. So
it was controllers on, was it Amazon or something? The official one were down to like £30 or £35.
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah, no, there's not. It doesn't look like there's anything else on there. There's a few odd items that have got 30% sales on, but that's about it. Paramount Plus, though, if you do want Paramount Plus, you don't. But other people, 50% off for a year subscription. I think it's 33 quid for a year. So that's really good. That's a good deal. I'm going to probably pick that up myself. I got that 3 months free off the packet of Whatsits or whatever they are. So
packet of Whatsits.
Yeah, giant Whatsits. You get a 3 month free Paramount Plus code. I was like, yes, please, I'll have that. Been watching Rugrats, the original Rugrats. I show my kids it. They're like, God, that's old. I'm like, yeah, Rugrats is nearly as old as me now. I'm like, oh.
Might pick up that Paramount offer. Me and Mrs. Ginna can watch the Halo series through. She'll be very excited.
Yeah, still no fucking Xbox app in the UK though for it. There's a Paramount Plus app in the Americas for Xbox. There's you can get it through your. Like, I just stream it to my Chromecast through my phone and that. But if you've got Apple TV or Amazon Prime, you can pay for Paramount Plus through them and watch it through those apps, but you can't get that deal through those apps. You have to literally buy it through them, so you don't get the cheapness. But there isn't an actual Paramount Plus app in the UK yet on the UK, and that is atrocious, and I blame Sky for that. So
I get it free with Sky.
Dirty. It's your fault we don't get nice things. That's what it is.
People like you make me sick.
I offered to share, and you just turned around and told me to go fuck myself. You don't want my shitty Paramount Plus, I'll sooner have a 3-month trial and pay for it myself. So I was like, right, fine.
No. I just said I don't want to, because I'll be on it all the time. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. But there's quite a lot of stuff. I've not picked up a huge amount because I own most of it, but the odd couple of games. But yeah, Gotham Knights, I'm umming and ahhing. I'll probably end up buckling, and that'll be like one of my play over Christmas games. So we'll see. May God shine upon me. Muppet says Sky is overpriced. Yeah, it is. I just got something through the post. Where is it?
Worth every penny to me, Sky. I get
Sky Stream. It's just a streaming box. Isn't that Now
it's the
TV?
New one. No,
Now TV is Sky, but stream.
I know,
but
Sky
Stream for
because Now TV. It's not because Now TV is like limited stuff you can have. You can add like small package. It's actual Sky, what Sky Glass is, but now you can just get it on the little tiny streaming box.
Well, why not just change Now TV to that then, since it's already an established brand?
But I think they're going to phase out Now TV
because it's shit, like the old PS Plus was, like not PS Plus. The streaming was on the PlayStation. Like 5 people used it. That's Now TV in the UK, isn't it?
The Sky, the PlayStation TV that didn't even work properly.
Oh, that one as well. Yeah, I had the little box for that. I could never get it to work.
I think it lasted for about a month, and then it just disappeared, and nobody saw it again.
Other good news in terms of controllers for Xbox. So Hyperkin, who made they brought back the Duke last year, that worked on Xbox One, Xbox Series X and S, has announced they are bringing back the 360 controller for Xbox One, Series X and S, and PC. So it's going to be exactly the same as your classic 360 pads, except it now also has the share button on, basically, which for me is amazing because I still think the 360 pad is the best pad ever. I say that I like the new pads, but I still fondly remember the 360 pad just being amazing. So, and Xbox love controllers. They love to sell us 6 pads a month. We get 6 times the amount of pads we get exclusive games. But hey,
but it's not being made by Microsoft, though, is it?
No, it's officially licensed. It's coming from Hyperkin, but Hyperkin make really good stuff. They made the Dukes, and they were really good. It's coming in white, black, pink, and red. So the classic, I say, apart from pink, but black, red, and white were sort of the standard colours you could get. I'm looking forward to it. Like I say, it's powered by USB-C cable.
And they've moved the buttons, haven't they?
No, they're all in the same place, I believe. They've just
not added them. Sorry,
yeah. The only thing they've added is
the share
changed.
Buttons, isn't there?
There's the share buttons there underneath, and obviously the other buttons have changed. They used to be like a little arrow pointing left and right, whereas now they're the proper buttons. But other than that, it's going to be exactly the same. And depending on price, I might pick one up because I wanted a Duke. I really wanted a Duke, but I was like, I'll never use it. So I've held off buying one. But a 360 controller, I want it. But I want all the old skins that I had on I want that Halo one. I've got one upstairs, the Halo. It's like a comics picture on the front of it. Looks absolutely amazing. Ginna's doing his cooking or something. I don't know what he's doing.
He's touching himself as you're talking about the Xbox controller.
Talking about Halo, and it's like, whoa!
My table's unbalanced.
I don't know. We don't know. You were just like banging around like you were.
Oh no, Mrs. Ginna is sticking her food in the microwave, so she just pierced the lid.
Oh, right.
So
it's not a euphemism.
Sorry, we thought you were touching yourself when you mentioned Halo.
Yeah, I was talking about those. I said I want the 360 pad. I'd rather it be the Halo one I've got upstairs with like the cartoon, like Master Chief and the Warthog on the front. Looks absolutely amazing. But it's a shame they're just white, black, red, and pink. I don't ever remember there being a pink 360 controller. But
I remember the black one because you got the black one with the Elite 360, wasn't it?
Yeah.
The 360.
The red
Elite.
one was with the Gears of War 360, which was just red. It didn't even have anything on it. Or it might have been Resident Evil or both, maybe. They were just red because blood. So...
But yeah, the white one was the original, because that came with like the arcade edition and the one that without the hard drive, and that wasn't it. And
yeah, Thimber said he finds it funny people complain about Xbox control not having cables, and these retro ones do have cables. To be fair, if you bought the cheaper 360, you got a wired cable. You didn't get a wireless pad with the cheaper Xbox 360. I had a wired one for ages till I saved up another like 120 quid to buy the bloody hard drive that you slotted in the top. I was a peasant. I had a memory card I could not afford because I had to buy it with my own money as well. I had to sell my modded Xbox original to get a 360 at the time, day one. So I had to make do with the little memory stick.
And if I remember, the controller wasn't, the wire wasn't that long either.
No, it was shocking.
If you were playing, and I always had a habit when I was playing the game and I was trying to go over there, I'd be like,
yeah.
And then I would just whip it out, and then the end would smack me in the face, and I'd have to go cry to my mum.
If you remember, the 360 was sold out on it everywhere at launch, and one of my mates actually had one and had it delivered, and he had to take it into game day one because it was bricked in the box.
Do you know what? My 360, I got Red Ring on it once, and that was it. My original 360, and then I went to the Slim or whatever it was called, which is a beautiful console. Honestly, that looks sexy. Like the Xbox One looks like and it's got like the ridges on it. Oh, I had the art. I got that Star Wars one. And it goes when you switch
R2D2 one, yeah.
And in the disc tray it says "Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope." But I've lost my pad for it, so I'm trying to buy a C3PO pad. It's such an ugly pad, and they cost a fortune. But I'm like, it's R2D2's lonely. He needs his proper pad with him. So one day I'll get it. There were some dog awful pads, weren't they? Did you ever see that Fable pad? It's like the crown of Fable. Oh man, it was bad.
I just like the originals. They were just fine, nice, clear, clean. The black one was the best out of them all.
I tell you what I did like. I liked the green on the original Halo 360. That was nice.
Yeah.
I had that silver Halo as well at one point. No, there was like a blue and white Halo one. I had the silvery one. I think that was with Halo 3. Slim. I can't remember. It might not have been. It might have been Halo 4, maybe. That was a Butte console, and it was like it did like the plasma sword when you switched it on. It was like, but then I sold that to get the R2D2 one because obviously I needed a white Connect and Just Dance Star Wars. I was never that big a fan of Halo, but I love my R2D2 Xbox. I wouldn't change it for the world. It's amazing. I had the Forza Motorsport Xbox One, so every time you push the power button, it went fucking annoying as hell. Fuck me. And then I got rid of that to get my PS4 when I fell out of love with Xbox because there just wasn't anything. And then I got into the PS4 special editions. You got to get a special. I'm a sucker for a special edition console.
Spider-Man. Did you go for the Spider-Man one?
Yeah, I had the Spider-Man. I had this. I couldn't have done it. It was the Pro. Was there a Spider-Man Pro?
Yeah, it was the. Yeah, it was no. Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was the. Spider-Man one. It was like the newest shape. Can't remember if it was the Pro or just the.
No, I'm sure I had a Pro special edition Pro. I can't remember, but anyway, I'm an idiot like that. I always wanted the Dragon Quest PS4 with the slime like USB cover on it. I don't know why. I just really wanted it. But yeah, I'm a sucker for limited consoles. I'm sad they don't do many Series X ones at the moment. Like it's the perfect shape for it. You could put anything on it. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah.
See,
the Halo one's nice. The Halo one's nice, but I just don't, because it doesn't do anything different, and I just don't. I think the price that they charge for it is like, nah.
I sold mine because I got more than I paid for it, but yeah, it was just going to sit there. So
they've held their value pretty good.
Yeah, they've done all right.
The other day, mine's I could still sell mine for more than I paid for it as well, which is good. So,
Yeah, but
I'm not
everything.
gonna, obviously.
You'll love yours though. Whereas for me,
beautiful
it would just
machine.
it's nice. It's just it's not what I wanted. I'd want something different, but they haven't given me anything yet. So they just keep giving us fucking pads.
I don't know what you want, but you know it when you see it. Yeah,
that's it exactly. I'm trying to see what's on the list to talk about today. Pentiment released recently and got a ton of great reviews. I haven't had a chance to play it yet. I've downloaded it, but like I have got such a backlog of games I'm trying to get through. It's as and when I'll be able to play it. Has anyone here? Have you guys played Pentiment yet? Anyone in chat played it? Because like it's been high. It was got like 90 something. It was on Metacritic at one point. Didn't get nominated for Game of the Year or pretty much anything because it's an Xbox game. But Stray did. Not Salty, but Stray got a nomination. But Pentiment, the actually better rated game, didn't. I mean, I'm not expecting it to win. It's not a Game of the Year game, but it should have been where Stray was, in my opinion. All the other games deserve to be in the Game of the Year nomination, pretty much. But Stray doesn't. Stray was an okay game.
Yeah.
About a cat. That's it. It was a cat. Oh, it's cute. It's a cat. You walk around, but it's about 1 hour long, and it wasn't that great or interesting. Pretty repetitive. But throw Xbox a bone at least. Bloody hell.
I think Cult of the Lamb should have been in there. That should have been up for Game of the Year.
Vampire Survivors could have been as well.
Yeah. Was that not past the cutoff date though?
No, but I think they should have Game of the Year and like most fun game, because like then Game of the Year can be like fucking movie awards where it's all like all the fucking hoity-toity, the critics love this shit game, and then the games that people want to play and are going to enjoy playing can be in their own category. Like this game, it looks like shit, it's got bugs, but god damn, it's fun to play. Like that's what was more important. On our review, on our awards, which we'll be doing at some point, we need to decide on that. We'll talk about this later. We'll have a most fun category.
I think we should just get rid of Game of the Year and just have each genre. So like Racer of the Year is this, FPS of the Year is this, because there's people saying, oh well, this type of game can't be Game of the Year. That's ridiculous. It's like, well, if it's the best game released that year, what does it matter what genre it is? So
and if you don't like that genre, there's a lot of people out there that think God of War is shit because they don't like third-person narrative stuff, like action games. They play like they probably think Age of Empires is because they're into RTS games or something, or people that have got no life and they're into live service games probably think Destiny is the best game of the year. Do you know what I mean? Everyone's got a choice, and it should be categories, especially when, like, I would rather they just did the whole show was just each of the genres instead of, like, whatever Keeley does, like, best fucking translation or whatever, fucking best social media person. Who cares? Best content creator. It's us
every year.
But best influencer. We never get invited.
Yeah, the best influencers are never any of the big streamers or people you've heard of. They're just like the most random people picked out of thin air.
Now, if it was an Antiques road trip game, Luke Steele, I'd buy that day one, because like there's nothing better than you drive around the little car, pull up, and you've got to like beat your friends to get the best deals. That'd be amazing.
Only if it's like Lovejoy, so it's voiced by Ian McShane, and occasionally a little bit of drama kicks off, and you've got to sort it out.
That'd be amazing.
A Lovejoy game. That's what we need.
That's it. I'd be all up for that as well. But yeah, Antiques Roadshow is boring. Antiques Road Trip, that's like peak. When I see that on telly in the hotel room, that goes on till it finishes. It's amazing. Oh,
fucking hell!
You never watched Antique Road Trip?
No, because I'm not like 60 years old.
You're boring, mate. You're boring. Honestly, really good. Really, it's not. There's some young ones on there. There's that woman. She's quite young. She's all right, and she.
Have you managed to watch your Emmerdale and Coronation Street before the show?
I've got better things to do than like. I may as well literally watch paint dry than watching Emmerdale and Corrie. Jesus Christ!
EastEnders guy.
That's it. Clearly, no Ian Beale and Corrie. Bloody hell. Well, there might be. I know he's in one of the two. Oh, Road Trip.
I have no
Antiques
idea.
Road Trip. Amazing. Got to watch it. Oh, my God.
I'll take a hard pass on that one.
Boring. All of you boring.
If you want a proper show to watch, Smallville. It's on
No.
Amazon Prime.
You only
10
like Smallville
seasons.
because you look like Lex Luthor.
Yeah, that's her style off.
It's 12 series to watch a guy who you know can fly.
It doesn't. He literally only get his Superman outfit right at the end in the last episode. He just goes like, "Way, dickhead," and that's it.
He flies and the end credits kicking.
I was very upset, right, with the very last episode. I remember me and my mate, watching it. We downloaded it because it was in America, not here. So we
sat
downloaded
naked, holding each other, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, touching each other, of course, yeah. That's what you did when you were younger. And then he did the whole on the roof, glasses come off, he rips the shirt off. I'm like, yeah. And then you could see as he pulls his shirt, you could see that he was only actually wearing a Superman t-shirt because you could see his bloody bicep. And I was like, that just ruined the illusion for me. I was so upset. I wrote him a letter and everything. Never got a reply.
Disappointing, isn't it? It's always the same.
Yeah.
It's like watching the last episode of Game of Thrones and be like, what the fuck am I watching here?
The last two series. Jesus Christ.
Well, I'm not being, to be fair, it's more like a take on a modern woman where 1 minute everything be like, yeah, I'm going to save all these people. I'm going to murder you all. Typical woman, that. Just switched like that. Time of the month can kick in anytime.
Oh, man, this is why we don't have any female viewers half at time. Bloody hell. Oh, I apologise to everyone.
At least we're not doing nonce talk.
Yeah, none of that tonight because Red isn't here. He's on probation. Anyway, we're going to fly through some topics just to sort of, because there's so much. So Streets of Rage is apparently getting a movie adaptation by the guy who did John Wick, which I'm down for if it's good. I don't know how it would be good. I feel like we're just going to get a Street Fighter sort of movie. I don't know why. I just feel it's going to be camp and crap.
Van Damme's going to be one of the guys.
Yeah, so apparently Lionsgate have picked up the rights and they've enlisted Derek Kolstad, who writes John Wick and its sequels. So cool. We'll see. They better have the good music. That's all I want. And they better all, when they're not doing anything, they sort of stand there shaking like that because that's Streets of Rage. That's what they do, isn't it? You not played Streets of Rage. They just stand there and they just go.
Oh, not for years, but yeah, they do. Yeah, Smajmo stood there at counter waiting for a brew. So what are you doing?
They've all got Parkinson's. They're all like, what's going on? No nuts or milking today. No, I got murdered by Fabio apparently last week in XBL Party Podcast canon. So. Can't talk about milking anything. What's next?
Milking
There's so
days
much.
are over.
That's it. I've had to hang. Got to hang up the octopus milking.
Fuck.
Warzone 2 hits 25 million players in 5 days, which is amazing numbers. Like I say, it's gonna be big.
It's nearly as big as Sea of Thieves, huh?
I know. Admittedly, it didn't take Sea of Thieves 5 days. It took Sea of Thieves like 5 years. But if it's Sea of Thieves, right, is the biggest Xbox IP at the moment, and it's so underrated. Like it's so important to Xbox.
It's just had another update, hasn't it? Another season.
Apparently, yeah, another season, and I don't think it's ever going to stop.
A new mode where you can get straight into PvP. So it actually takes you underwater. You pop out, and it's you and like 5 other ships or something like that, isn't it? You all just go at it and you get kill streaks.
It's basically arena without the arena. So
yeah, it's meant to be
got
really
rid
fun.
of one PvP mode to add another.
So if they got a dedicated PvP mode, can we get a dedicated PvE? So
I would be all over Sea of Thieves if there was like a private player versus enemy mode where I could play it on my own, because that's the only problem. Playing Sea of Thieves on your own, unless you're a Sado and you've got too much time on your hands, it's not fun. You're just literally looking over your shoulder every 2 seconds, and it's a slow grind. But I just want to do the story. Like, there's nothing to unlock. I don't get why people are like we can't have a PvE mode. It's like, what can you unlock? There's literally nothing. You get some costumes that do nothing. You get skins that do nothing. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Maybe just let us do the story, get all of the tall tales and all that in like private instances, and then just give us a different thing for finishing it that doesn't look as good as if you did it on the PvP servers.
No, just
then
keep it like it is.
happy.
If people start doing it and they enjoy it, and they can unlock the battle pass and progress just through doing PvE things, maybe more people will spend money in the game and buy things and, you know,
play the game.
Yeah, exactly.
How many people do you think switched on Sea of Thieves, spent like 15, 20 minutes trying to figure out what they're doing the first time, finally got on the boat, set off on the little mission on their own, got absolutely wrecked by like a couple of fucking Reaper players, and then never played again? And I bet there's a lot.
Yeah, it's such a fun game as well.
Yeah, when there's a group of you, and if you don't mind the combat with other people, when you're actively looking for the combat, it's fantastic. But when you're actually trying to do the story missions that require you to stop at certain places and literally go underwater for like 20 minutes and just leave your boat there, and you come back up after doing the story quest, your boat's gone, and you've got something you have to carry in your hand. You can't teleport or anything with it in your hand. It's just broken. They should have like a better way to do it. Like, it just spoils it. So,
well, there was that thing, wasn't it, when that one area first came out? I can't remember what it was called now. The Devil's Roar. So there's that little gap that you had to sail through to get to it, and everybody knew that gap was there, and people would be coming back with stuff. So people just sat waiting for people to be finishing their mission and come back through with loads of loot and stuff for them, and just sink them. Pain in the ass.
Exactly. And it just spoils it, and everyone's like, "Get good." It's like, no, it's not getting good. It's
called Sea of Thieves, not Sea of Friends.
Yeah, but pirates had a code, you knobheads. You know, I've seen Pirates at Caribbean. They say parlay and shit, and then they don't fight each other. All right, knobheads. Honestly, Sea of Thieves, when people are nice, is the funniest thing. Like when you're fucking randomly playing and literally, me and Fabio were doing this. It might have been me and Fabio. It might have been me and Slayer, but we were doing something randomly, and then we just sat there like, "What's that over there? Some fucker rowing on a boat on his own." It came up to us. I'm like, "Better check this out. Don't bring Oak to the ship in case he's bad." And he's just like, "Oh yeah, I killed a kraken, and I just thought I'd give you the meat before I log off because it's like one of the things you need for one of the achievements." Dumped a load of it and then just rowed off in his rowboat. Like, and he told us, and we looked on the map, he must have been rowing for about 35 minutes in this rowboat on his own.
What a nice guy.
Yeah. There's some really, and we did that bit with the, is it Glitterbeard? Where you have to have at least 2 or 3 crews worth of people. You stand around a tree and play music, all those different instruments at a certain point, at the certain time, and it unlocks a secret area, which I believe is either a dev or like a community member died, so it was like a remembrance to them. It's amazing when you can get enough people to do it, but 95% of the time you can't because you're getting fucking griefed all the time. So it's like those limited time story events. I tried doing them. The first one, fine. The second week, they did it. There were people just spawn camping the fucking island you had to do the quest on, so you couldn't progress. It's like, it's a weekly sort of thing. I just stopped playing because it's just not fun. So
you got the same thing in Fortnite at the moment. They got like things for the World Cup, and one of them's like score 2 goals because they got like they've put football pitches up, score 2 goals in one game, and people are dropping like at the football pitches, picking up the gun that's there, and just racking up kills. But the people doing it have all got the skins that you get for completing the battle pass. So it's like they've already done the battle pass, completed everything. They don't need to do it. They're doing it just to be bad ends. They sit there and wait for people to drop in to try and get these things and just kill all these poor people who are trying to get these like XP events and all that done. And it just it winds me up. Like,
yeah, it's just gamers in general. There's good gamers and then there's dickheads, but having an option to do PvE would be lovely in Sea of Thieves. So we shall see. If you are enjoying this episode, guys, please hit like, please hit subscribe and share it out on socials. Let people know we are live to come and join us. We are giving away a copy of Witcher 3 Game of the Year edition later in the show. All you have to do is be subscribed to our YouTube channel and have left a comment in the chat, and we'll draw someone at the end. We've got loads of stuff coming as well on the podcasting providers. The PlayStation podcast from Tuesday and the Rambling with Redders from Monday are now live as well, so you can get the audio versions of them as well. Wednesday. Yes, from Wednesday. It's because we didn't do anything on Tuesday because of a certain
Redders was busy, pulled out.
No. Don't you throw him under the bus too much.
Redders pulled out too quick out here, didn't he?
Did.
Ripped him good. Anyway, Ubisoft has confirmed plans to start releasing some of its games on Steam again instead of its own crappy system. And Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Anno 1800 and Roller Champions are coming to Steam, which is nice. Always nice for mob writers. Well, apparently, according to this news article,
it's on live support.
Yeah. I thought Roller Champions. No, it wasn't Roller Champions. I'm thinking of it was that dodgeball game that was that EA, and they sort of dropped that like a wet balloon. But the devs have bought the rights to it, and they now keep
Knockout City.
Knockout City.
That's actually a fun game to play. Roller Champions is just awful.
It is.
Well, that's why it's coming to Steam.
Game. Yeah. But they pulled because then they used at one point they had all the games on then, didn't it? Was it they had some sort of fallout with Steam? Something went on where they ended up pulling everything off because yes, there'd be money. It always comes down to money.
Let me read this. They've said we're constantly evaluating how to bring our games to different audiences wherever they are, while providing consistent player ecosystem throughout Ubisoft Connect. That's what the spokesperson said. So they stopped releasing games on Steam in 2019, and they went to Epic Games Store, and it was all because Epic give 88% revenue split and Steam only give 70-30. So it wasn't for the players or evaluating how to bring our games to different things. It was like we just wanted more money, and I agree. I think a 70-30 revenue split is shocking for Steam at the size it is. It could drop its revenue split nowadays. I mean, just saying, it seems no wonder everyone goes to and takes those Epic Game Store exclusive deals. I cannot blame them at all. But apparently they originally said it's unrealistic. The current business model that they have, it doesn't reflect where the world is today in terms of game distribution. That's what they said about Steam in 2019. So
money makes
the
world go round.
So it's nice to see more games there. Like, I don't care if you have to have a second launcher. It doesn't bother me. If I was that desperate to play a game, I would go where it is. It's just life. But I know there are some people out there that are literally only on Steam. Those brainwashed ones that only play Steam and will never touch anything else. You're missing out on a lot of things. Itch, GOG, all those sort of stuff. Even Epic. Epic isn't that bad. It's not as good as Steam, but it's not as bloated as Steam. I mean, Steam, when you switch Steam on, there's just so much shite popping up on screen. I remember when Steam, literally Steam, all you had to play on it was Counter-Strike and then like Half-Life 1, Half-Life, is it Blue Faction or something like that? Blue something or other. And Team Fortress, that was all that was on Steam when it launched. I remember having a Steam account because you had to have Steam to play Counter-Strike. That was like our Counter-Strike club at school. You had to have like a proper Steam account. So it's come a long way.
It does my head in Steam. Like, I can't even.
It's so faffy, isn't it? And it's just update after update. It issue with all sorts of shit, and you never find what you want. It's everything's like there's that much on it, and it's that bloated. You can, unless you know exactly what you're looking for. I don't think it's that great, but a lot of people love it. We get a lot of like review codes and stuff through it, so that's the in thing. No one gives them out on Epic Games or most days. Do you know what I mean? So.
I mean, it took Epic like over a year to put a search function in, didn't it? So.
Yeah, there was no excuse for that, but like, it's not that bad a system, and I don't know if you can still only like buy one game at a time, which is annoying. Like, at least on Steam, I can buy as many games as I want at once in one basket, whereas Epic at the time you couldn't. But Epic Games gives me free games, and I will log in every now and again and get those free games. Like, I'll probably log in after this show and get a Star Wars Squadrons because it's free, and why not? So.
and they've paid developers stupid amounts to have those games for free, so it works for everyone.
Muppet, I'm the same, mainly Xbox and Switch, with a little bit of PC at the moment, but the Switch store is worse than Epic Game Store. Epic Game Store, up and beyond above Nintendo's arse of a store. That is terrible. Honestly, one of the worst online shopping experiences you can find in gaming is a Nintendo shop. The Wii was the same.
Speaking of Nintendo, they launched a bug-free banger again, didn't they, this week?
Oh, yes. Pokemon... What's it going on? It's on my desktop. No, Scarlet and Violet.
Scarlet.
Some of those videos, though, where like the guy throws the Pokeball and there's this like giant... It's just his character stood there, and this giant like worm Pokemon's like between his legs, like a giant cock. Is amazing. It's such a good book. And then that one where you can like ride your Pokemon now, which is surely animal abuse. But like they go to sit on them, and then he like all his body like goes crazy and stuff. It looks amazing. I was gonna get it, and then I saw reviews. I was like, "No, I'll wait. I'll get the unofficial version later down the line."
The sales numbers are amazing.
10 million in like 3 days, isn't it? It sold more than like God of War. It's massive. It's biggest Pokemon release ever, and it shows it looks like ass.
It got awarded 5 million in 4 days, and this has done 10 million in 3. It's just insane. Like, it's so insane how much, and like the amount of effort and budget they would have put into this compared to God of War.
It looks worse. This is the worst looking Pokemon game on the Switch. Like they've made it shit. Like it looks like a PS2 game at times with the like really low poly trees and stuff. It just looks gash, and they've put no effort in. And if I was like, piracy's bad, but pirate this game because fuck the Pokemon company, because they're just taking you for a ride. Like when the Switch started, they did those remasters of like Yellow, that Pokemon Pikachu edition or whatever, an Eevee edition, and that looked really nice and sweet and cute. And yes, the Switch is limited compared to the other consoles, but you can still make a great looking game on the Switch. Look at Smash Bros. Look at Breath of the Wild. They look good. These Pokemon get this newest Pokemon game looks like turd. Like it just looks like they've put no effort in. They could have even ripped all the assets from the last game, it would have looked better. But they haven't. They've just made a cheap, nasty, like 1 year loop. So either they need to have an extra year this time and make a better game, or they need to wait for a new hardware. But like everyone's like they need a Switch 2, but why? It's selling well. Party games on it are fantastic and stuff. Just make games that fit that style. Do you know what I mean? In my opinion,
Xenoblade's free. That's a gorgeous looking game on the Switch.
Yeah, it's just lazy devs. So get your eye patch on, off to Tortuga if you want to play Pokemon, because there isn't versions available anywhere.
That Xenoblade Chronicles, that's in for Game of the Year as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
It is.
It's got no chance of winning, but it looks nice. Like it's like an RPG game. But it's one of those ones that takes hours and hours and hours. I remember it being out on the Wii U and maybe the Wii, but I've never played it. But it looks nice. Like from when you look at it, if you had to pick between that and Pokemon, if it wasn't the name Pokemon, like if that said anything else on it, like say it was what's that one on Xbox, Temtem. If it just said Temtem and you looked at that bag of shit, that was a Pokemon game, you wouldn't buy it. People are literally buying it because they slap Pikachu in it. Do you know what I mean? So they're only buying it because Ash is finally the best trainer in the world now. After 700 years of not aging, he's had like so many attempts and never grown up. Now he's done it.
He's finally done it, and now he'll defend his title, or whatever, and lose. And
I don't want that. I want a time jump now. I want to see like middle-aged Ash, big belly, like unshaven, and where it's all gone wrong, and he's
Pikachu's dead.
Yeah, basically, it's all gone wrong. He sold Pikachu for crack or something like that. Like he cooks his Charizard to eat it to live because he lives in a box. And that's his life. That's what I want to see in the next Pokemon season. Let's mix it up a bit. And like they've
Crack
got all
and
these
Ash.
characters. Every season they throw in like 2 new characters for merchandise, don't they? Like, why don't you do a season with just them? Why don't you do a season where he finally fucking gives Misty a bike back because he fucking destroys a bike in the first ever episode? He never fucking pays for another one, the tight bastard. He's world champion. She wants to be going round and fucking knocking on his door, fucking can't pay, take it away style, taking his stuff off him. Your Pikachu's mine, bitch. You owe me for like 15 years of not paying for my bike. That's what
Take the yellow bastard.
That's it. I'm taking that twice.
Can't pay, take Pikachu away. That's what the series.
It.
That's it.
That's the best season. Can you imagine? I'd watch it, and you know you'd watch it. Though I would.
Crackhead Ash.
There's just Brock there with Geodude banging on door. His fucking stab vest on. Oh my god! Right, what's next?
Oh, me.
Ash Ketchum's gone downhill. Witcher 3 next gen update's been revealed. They obviously announced it already, but they sort of shown it off at a showcase. Did you say you'd watched that, BmG?
Yeah, caught the majority of it yesterday. The first they went through all the PC side of it, where there's going to be all this ray tracing, running at stupid frames a second. You know, all the updates. They've literally gone through like all the foliage, everything's been overhauled. The characters, the lot, they're doing everything for it on the PC side, which is good. You know, it's great. I'm glad they're coming. It's a game they're coming back to do up, because it's, you know, it's a good game. It's you can spend probably years playing that game and not see everything, because you have all that, you know, stupid question marks covering your map. Get rid of 6, another 10 pop up, and it's like, oh. But yeah, they've done a lot of improvements on like the mappers and stuff. They've improved the detail, made it a bit easier and simpler. You can just see certain icons, get rid of the rest, so you're not being like inundated. Because if anyone's played The Witcher 3, you'll know that when you get into more of the bigger open world, literally your map's just covered in icons, and you're literally looking and searching, trying to find, right, where's the main mission, or where's this I'm trying to find. Nightmare. So they've cleared all that up. I say on the consoles, you got the choice between you can have it at quality mode with 30 frames and ray tracing on the Series X, and I believe on the PS5 as well. Series S will only do 1080p 60 if you want the 60 frames, or, you know, is it 1440 it can do up to the Series S? I think
you can do 4K the Series S, but it's designed to run 1440 at it.
Yeah, 1440 at 30.
Yeah.
Yeah. And obviously the performance mode on the PlayStation 5 and Series X is, you know, it's the 60 frames. But they didn't say if it was locked. They never once mentioned if it was locked or not. So I'm guessing that with how they've gone about it and the delays they've had by bringing it back in-house, that maybe it's some of you're going to find in a patch a bit further down when they can actually lock the frame rate. But yeah, overhauled all the characters, animations are better. They've chucked in a few surprises, added some new content, which they didn't really go into all of it, only a few bits. So, you know, to make it more of a surprise for people jumping back in. And obviously, if you've got the Game of the Year edition, it also comes with the expansions. They didn't really touch on. They did say, you know, like this, the 60 frames mode and the quality mode and stuff will fold into the expansions, but they didn't really go into all the details on the different areas.
Did they say what the Netflix DLC content's going to be? Because I know they're doing it.
It's pretty much, you know, you get the looks of like, you can like Henry Cavill from The Witcher. It's just like the outfits for the characters. What Dandelion? He's in the game. The character is just an absolute idiot and looks an idiot. But from the Witcher series, the character looks really good. You know, it's a better design, and I think Yennefer and other characters like that have got all the different things. They didn't announce it all. Some bits are surprises in the Witcher Netflix show content, but no, I'm looking forward to it. I do want to own the game. I think I picked it up about a year or two ago, and I think I paid about $5 for it, you know, on some stupid offer they had on the Game of the Year edition, which obviously gives you all the content. So yeah, no, I'm looking forward. I think it's the December 14th it drops. which happens to be my wedding anniversary. So it's like a present, self-present to me, being able to play that. But yeah, I will be jumping back in. Whether I see it all the way through, I don't know. But yeah, I'm looking forward to playing it.
I bought it and never. I played like 10 minutes of it, and I was like, I need to play this at some point when I've got time. So I think I bought it for like £1.50 on sale. So for Game of the Year. So I'm just going to wait now for this patch, and then I'll probably start it afresh.
The problem with the start, the starting area, the prologue you bit in is like, I think it's like something stupid, like it takes you like 8 hours or something like that just to do the starting area. There's that much to do. It's worth it though. It's a really good game.
Nice.
And you see boobies.
I'm disappointed that. Sorry, I was disappointed that the ray tracing is only in the 30 FPS mode.
Yeah.
You were just saying you were disappointed that there was boobies in it. Don't lie.
Well, I like that. But no,
yeah, you've seen. The problem is like a lot of games now are starting, and Ash, you'll know from like the PlayStation side, and you're seeing it a bit on the Xbox side. They've got these performance ray trace mode, where obviously it's so much of it's ray tracing, still looks amazing, but you're still getting that 4K 60 with ray tracing, and it's absolutely amazing. You'd think more and more games have been doing it, why they can't make that as a standard thing. But again, these things can be introduced in patches, as things go, because obviously they're still invested in the Witcher series because of the new games that are coming out, the new series that are coming out, and obviously actually working on Witcher 3. So hopefully we might see a ray trace 60 mode, hopefully.
Nice. Looking forward to it. Oh, what else is there? So much news. I'm just trying to sort of stick it all into this thing here. So, Samurai Showdown or Showdown is getting rollback code in January on Steam and netcode. The rollback netcode's coming to PS4, Series X and S, Xbox One, Steam, and Epic Game Store. Great for because it's a fighter. You kind of need it now online. It just makes everything a bit more stable. So that's cool. Former Square Enix Montreal games are being shut down. So these are the mobile games. And they're shutting down Arena Battle Champions, Juice X Go, Hitman Sniper The Shadows, and Space Invaders Hidden Heroes. They're going to be removed from the iOS and Google Store on December the 1st, and you won't be able to play them past January the 4th. So it's a shame. It's a bit weird that you would buy all these games and then shut them down, like Embracer. But maybe this is part of the deal with Square Enix. Maybe it's maybe they've looked at the figures and they just don't make any money. Do you know what I mean? So who knows? So.
The good games, because you've got like the Tomb Raider Go, Hitman Go, Deus Ex Go. Them they really are fun. There's a Friday. Is it Friday the 13th? I think it is one. I think it's that one. They've got one where you like. I think it's Jason, or whichever one it is. But it's they were really good games. They're fun. They're nice puzzles. Making your way from point A to point B and try and get
Jason one. I've played that because they've also released it on Xbox, but it wasn't a Square game. But it's the same type of game. But it's so fun. I know which one you mean. It's like Camp Killer or I think it's called something different. Eventually, they renamed it on the Xbox. I don't think they call it Friday the 13th. I think they've renamed it for legal reasons. But on the phone it was. But it's such a fun little game. But it's just odd. They bought them and then they shut them down after a month. Embracer have shut down the studio, Anoma they were renamed to, and they're going to close them down, which will affect 200 jobs. And some of the employees will be offered roles at Eidos Montreal, which sucks. But maybe Embracer just have no fucks to give about mobile gaming, which is odd because that's where the money is at the moment.
Yeah,
so, shut Volition as well, haven't they? And rolled them into somebody else.
So they've not been shut. They've been rolled into Gearbox as such. So then no one's losing the job or anything. They're just they're
being
sort
told
of either
not
moving
trusting you running a game again after what you did with your last one.
Do you know what? I think they should have just let them have free reign on it, and if they'd have gone crazy, it'd been fine. I just think they worried too much. You know what I mean? I think they thought it would have been too risky for people. Do you know what I mean? So.
But it makes you think, though. I wonder if now Embracer, because they've gone through that acquisition period where they're just buying, and now I think they're like, right, now looking at everything we've got, we need to start condensing these studios, fold them into other studios, make these teams bigger.
Well,
they do own a lot.
Yeah, they own a hell of a lot. But they had Embracer had a sort of, I don't know if it was like a investor call or something like that recently, and there was loads of information that came out of that recently. So this was on the 17th of November. So this was where Volition was moving to Gearbox. Dead Island 2 was delayed to April. I mean, that game has been delayed so many times. It's just crazy at this point.
I don't think it's ever coming out. I think it's just going to get delayed and delayed. That game's not coming. And I think they're doing it as a running joke. It's never coming out, that game.
But they did say that investments are to slow down now. So I think everyone's realizing these big, like this boom of buying is hitting its sort of peak at the moment. And I think with the recession hitting, like literally every big company is feeling it. Disney shrinking, Apple shrinking, Tencent shrinking, Microsoft shrinking. They're all shrinking. They're all taking a massive hit because one, everyone's back at work, so they're not buying the products, sitting at home doing nothing, and everyone is skint, especially in the UK and America. There's a lot of we're apparently going into the worst recession in years and years. America's in the recession apparently, or going into one. We just don't have money for it, and even Phil Spencer mentioned this week saying Xbox has been hit by it because they're not an essential, and that's true. And I think a lot of these companies, they've all been buying, but then they've gone, oh crap, we need to start seeing some investment now. Like Embracer, they bought literally everything last year. Apparently, though, they did say they've got a mystery 6-year deal with several industry partners involving multiple large games. I'm hoping that involves Xbox. It wouldn't surprise me, since they're already working on Perfect Dark. In terms of Perfect Dark, they said that it's what did they say? The quote is, the reboot is progressing extremely well, which is fantastic. Reception of Saints Row did not meet the full expectations, but it has performed in line with management expectations financially for the quarter. Saints Row has been played by over 1 million players, and they're expecting a positive return on their investment. Tiny Tina's Wonderland overperformed, and Destroy All Humans 2 underperformed, which is a shame because Destroy All Humans 2 remake or remaster, should I say, was really fun. I just think it was too highly priced. I think that was the problem. And then literally they brought out that multiplayer version as well right at the same time. That should have been included with the game.
Yeah.
And it would have boosted it, because they've now pushed that to free to play. You could have included that with the game, give people a reason to buy the game, and then just left it as free to play. So
did anyone fill in the questionnaire for Legacy of Kain?
Yes,
from Embracer. Yeah,
they said they had a ton of feedback for that as well. So
yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I hope instead of, obviously, because Legacy of Kain, it's going back to the original PlayStation. It's going right back. I wouldn't want to see a new game or a sequel now. I'd rather them do what they did with Destroy All Humans, remake the originals
first,
so then people can play it, see what it's like, and then do a new game.
Now,
they did with Crash Bandicoot.
Are they going to do? Right, when they do it, are they going to do a Soul Reaver remaster first, which is the one everyone wants? Or are they going to do Legacy of Kain first, which was a top-down RPG-esque game? And it's okay. It's not Soul Reaver.
It's Soul Reaver.
Everyone remembers, but that's number 2, technically. That's the sequel to Legacy of Kain. So do you not start? Or do they do Soul Reaver and then remake the first Legacy of Kain, but in the Soul Reaver-esque style?
Yeah, that'd be a good idea. Yeah, that'd be better. It would be better. But yeah, Soul Reaver's kind of like that. God, what was that character's name? Lee. I can't remember his name
I
now.
don't know.
Oh God, it's too.
Fimber says the new one, Saints Row, seems okay, but he can't see himself buying it, especially since it's expensive. It's okay if you can get it cheap. I would highly recommend it in a sale. It's not the worst game, but it's like Crackdown 3. It's playable and enjoyable. Oh, bye, Jenna. Bye. It's playable and enjoyable, but it's nowhere near like Crackdown 3. I enjoy playing it. It's a fun game. It's not a bad game, but it's nowhere near as good as Crackdown 1. Saints Row is the same. Like the new Saints Row is good, but it's nowhere near Saints Row 3. So like it's its own little thing, and the fact that it doesn't follow on is a bit of a shame, in my opinion. It's that's what hurt it more than anything. What else did they say? Bloody hell, they've got 234 PC and console projects to be released by April 2026, with 25 of them being AAA. So a good 200 plus of them are not AAA. They could be remastered. They've got so much back catalogue they could remaster for years.
But then again, you might not even get some of these games will be remastered. We might find that some are literally just going to be, let's just port the game to these consoles and that and they'll probably run like a bag of crap. But I'm interested in like this deal, these secret deals that they've got on what's that actually working with. Is it they're working on other IP in-house, or are they just partnering different studios with them? Or you know, it'd be interesting to see. But
what it does say though is they're doing this sort of it basically the title was Turbulent Times Create New Opportunities, because obviously everything's going tits up in the world. But the review they're doing, it says, which is interesting, the outcome of this review may, for example, lead to board recommendations to make spin-off companies, like so separately listed companies. Now that to me sounds like we'll make some spin-offs to flog and make our money back. That's what I would assume from that.
Yeah, I'd agree. Yeah, I think it's the same. Yeah,
into the reserved for Xbox pot.
That's it. Well, they're happy with them, aren't they? The like say the partnership they've got going on. I'm convinced that it's actually. And embrace Crystal Dynamics. I think they're actually running the new Perfect Dark game. I think it's in the Initiative that's the support studio. I'm positive.
I honestly feel like Initiative, and I think this would be a great idea. They do like the pre-dev work. They do all like the planning, the game ideas, the brainstorming, and then they get companies like Crystal Dynamics, and they just go, "This is what we want. Here's all the pre-work. Go make it." And then they just sort of oversee. Do you know, like when you see producers in a film that don't do anything, they just watch it and say, maybe you shouldn't do that, maybe change that. Like when you see a Steven Spielberg film, but he doesn't direct it, just that. So, don't worry, guys. Ginna's had to dash. He says, obviously, Mrs. Ginna was like, get upstairs. But he'll be back at some point in the future. Not tonight, though.
No. 2023, you'll see the
you'll see him back. We're gonna have to replace him soon because obviously he's going to change his job in the new year, which means he won't be able to be on the show as much. So we're gonna have to look for like a semi-replacement for him. So if you can recommend anyone who's better than the Ginna, please get in touch. You can email us via the website or you can hit us up on Twitter.
Send smoke signals, anything.
Yeah, that's it. What else does it say? Embracer Game Archive now has a complete Japanese Game Gear collection. I don't know what the Embracer Game Archive is. I'm going to Google that.
I didn't even know they had a Game Archive.
Embracer Game Archive. Hello, my name is. I'm the CEO of Embracer Games Archive. So apparently, Embracer Game Archive. So basically, Embracer Group are just buying up like actual games to make a warehouse full of them. Basically, it's like to preserve games. So
Oh, they did, didn't they? They went on that spree, right? A couple of years ago now, where they were just buying IP, not getting studios. They were just picking.
well, this
up
isn't
IP.
even IP. They literally they've basically buying up physical games and accessories and storing them. It's like a giant warehouse museum sort of thing. So they've bought the full Game Gear collection. Apparently, the archive has over 50,000 games, consoles, and accessories in it already. They're going to start building a database and cataloging it. And in the future, they're going to network and collaborate with initiatives, museums, and institutions. Cool. It's nice that they're saving these games, so there's at least copies of them. But it seems like a lot of money for a private, like for an investment company, unless they've got some sort of end game. I don't know.
They know something we don't. The world of gaming is going to end, and they're going to have the only hard copies of every game.
That's it, yeah. So unless they're ripping those discs and putting them online, maybe that's what they're doing. Maybe this is like Embracer. That's how they're funding it. That's how they bought Lord of the Rings. They're funding it by a dodgy pirate ring, and they're just backing it all up and dumping it online and selling dodgy copies at the market and stuff.
Captain Jack Sparrow staying on ripping each game up.
Goes like opens his trench coat up and it's just like fucking copied Game Gear games, clearly.
Oh, Jesus, what the
hell. But on that as well, Gearbox has bought the Risk of Rain IP as well. So cool.
Oh, nice. Have they announced if they're doing anything with this Lord of the Rings IP yet? Now they own it all.
Nothing's been properly announced yet.
Well, no, they weren't doing the Gollum game, was they? No, they weren't Embracer.
No, that's...
Whatever happened to that? That should have been out by now, shouldn't it?
It got delayed to next year, a few months back.
God, yeah. Because, that should have been out this year. Yeah, it should have been out by now. I'm sure it would have been. It would have been October. I can't remember.
Oh, so So the Nintendo Switch version was announced. It was supposed to be September the 1st. It was coming out, with a Switch version coming out on the 30th of November. And then on July 25th, they announced a further delay of a few months. So there's no official date. So I would assume it's coming early 2023, which is odd that you'd miss Christmas. But what do I know about business? I'll get it out for Christmas. I mean, it doesn't look good anyway. Like we're not expecting it to be great. Moving on, Elder Scrolls Online developers ZeniMax Online Studios have been working on a new project for 4 years. So this is pretty interesting. It could lead to some new IP. Apparently, this game they've been working on is a new IP. It's not Elder Scrolls or anything like that, but apparently it comes directly from someone there in a LinkedIn post, so that's interesting. It's apparently in pre-production at the moment. I
remember it was I can't remember if it was this year or last year's Xbox showcase. They kind of did a thing with Bethesda, or it might have been when they kind of took over it and they sort of was announcing working on multiple projects. ZeniMax Online was working on something, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be... I can't remember if they said it was live service or if it was a MMO. I'm pretty sure it was MMO, though, which it'll be interesting. It'd be nice for them to do something different, something new, instead of, like, we've got single-player Fallout games, Elder Scrolls games, and now we've got an MMO Fallout game, got an MMO ESO game. We're going to get Starfield. Yeah. How much do you want to bet we're going to get a Starfield MMO? It's probably that. That's probably what they're working on.
Yeah, it's silly, isn't it?
I'd like to see him do something out of the comfort zone, though. Something completely different that no one's expecting. But we'll see, because I suppose with MMOs, it's not like you can just release it and everything's hunky-dory. It's things that take years to build up.
It might not even be an MMO, though. It could literally be just a massive multiplayer game as such, just a service game. Do you know what I mean?
Elder Scrolls Battle Royale.
That's it, yeah. 100%. That would work, I think. You could do that. I think an Elder Scrolls Arena game would work.
You'd have to rework all the fighting mechanics and everything, because they are god-awful I love the games, but the fighting, awful.
It'd be like playing
awful.
Chivalry.
Oh, God, yeah.
With the chunky
That's a good
controller.
game. Take people's heads off, cut arms and limbs and stuff off. It's hilarious. Is that game? Run them over on the horse and hear them like squealing as you trample their heads.
Next topic. There's loads, guys. I apologize. I'm running through some of them quickly just to get through some of them. Netflix is currently hiring for what it calls a AAA PC game. For its new LA-based development studio. So they've put up a listing on for staff to help us forge the game direction and create creative vision on a brand new AAA PC game. As game director, you will be the creative lead of one of Netflix's first generation of internally developed original games. So they want in a game director, basically. I could do that. Let's do it.
Yeah, the mobile games are crap. You know, you've seen, if you've gone on your app on your phone, seen the games, they're not. They're just literally just the mobile games, and they don't play very well through Netflix.
Yeah, that's the problem with Netflix games. Is no one wants those crap, nasty mobile games. Remember they did that Netflix game showcase, and it was just dry.
Yeah. That was the worst thing ever. What a waste of money. But I think they're looking at, because obviously Amazon have got Luna. Obviously, it's only American based at the moment, which is strange. They haven't ventured outside like the UK yet because it's been out for a while now. But you think they're probably looking at them thinking, obviously they're making money off that because apparently it does okay. Whether that's good or not, I don't know. But if Netflix can, so let's work with other developers and have a studio to make games for someone else. And if that works, maybe come up with our own controller that you connect to your TV to play games. It's going to end up that way. You can tell that's the way it's going to go.
Oh, 100%, 100%.
Yeah, if they can make a game that does well or okay, or makes them a bit of money, you can see we're going to have the N control or whatever you want to call it, the flick switch or something like that.
Flick switch. That's like a knife.
Flick switch.
Fucking hell.
Let's get Netflix VR. Go on, that's what we want. VR headset.
Well, you can watch Netflix on VR headsets though, so it's quite good. If you've got an Oculus Quest, you put. Is it not Oculus? Meta Quest, or is that Oculus? I don't know.
Quest 2, the wireless one.
You put it on, and when you put Netflix on, it's like you sat in a cinema. It looks really good. That's one thing I did like about the Quest headset, and it's like surround sound because it comes in. The sound comes in really, really good. I watched The Hobbit on it once. Yeah, really cool.
Oh, that's a long time to sit there with a headset on.
I didn't get through it all, but I enjoyed the bit I did watch.
First 10 minutes.
Yeah, there was an app though, and it was just like all anime and stuff like that, and random TV shows. You could watch like old classic sort of American TV shows and stuff, and you like sat in a cinema, but there were other people there, and you can like throw popcorn at them and stuff like that. That was quite fun. But apparently, this studio is being run by ex-Overwatch executive producer Chaco Sonny, who left Blizzard in 2021.
Yeah, probably got sacked for, her sexual harassment or something along them lines, like the rest of them did.
Who knows? I don't want to say they have, or they may have left just because of it all, but
maybe knows? Allegedly.
Apparently, we're getting an Aliens game. You shared this. Do you know what that was about?
Grasshopper Studios. I'd never heard of them. It's they're working on a new IP. Let me just.
Grasshopper Manufacturer are a Japanese video game developer, and they created Killer 7 and No More Heroes. So they've got some decent games behind them. Like they did No More Heroes 2, Shadow of the Damned. That's not a bad game. Samurai Champloo Sidetracked, Blood Plus One Night, Kiss, Rebuild of Evangelion, Sound Impact. I've never heard of.
Yeah, I've got the news article here from Insider Gaming. Sources who have provided documents and information under the condition of anonymity has shown that a new AAA Alien game is in development with a tentative holiday 2023 release. Sources have said that Grasshopper Manufacture will be developing the project. It's understood that the Alien title, currently believed to be under the codename Marathon, is currently being developed for current generation consoles with a AAA budget. Unfortunately, Insider Gaming wasn't able to verify the developer behind the project, but learned that the game is slated to be a survival horror that will take inspiration from franchises including Dead Space and Resident Evil.
Nice, but they have done quite a lot. They did Lollipop Chainsaw, Sinmora. I'm just having a look. They've done quite a few that you've probably heard of. Fatal Frame. They did a couple of the Fatal Frame games, so they're not bad. I mean, they're not perfect. Some of them are a bit shit, but a good quantity of their games have been really, really good. So fair play to them. I'm looking forward to that. It could be good. It'll be interesting how they do it, though.
Yeah, I'm imagining if they're going if it's like Dead Space, Resident Evil inspiration, I think you're just going to be a third person view going round on maybe a ship. I'm assuming a ship that would probably make more
fixed camera angles. That's what I want.
That's it. Probably on a ship, a giant derelict ship, or maybe there's multiple people. Single player game. Multiple characters, you might switch between them. You might have that permadeath thing, and you're trying to get off the ship or find the alien or something like that. Maybe something like that. If that's the sort of survival horror they're going for, I would see as. I'm sick of the first person games. Fireteam was all right. What was the other one that was in first person?
Isolation.
Isolation. I'd rather that would have been in third person. If I'm honest, I understand why they did third.
Remake AVP2, the PC AVP2, not the AVP we got on the 360, but the PC AVP2. Remaster that, the exact same, but with nice graphics. Please, thank you.
Yeah, it didn't run very well on the Xbox. I remember I had it on there. In fact,
the AVP game was terrible on the Xbox. It looked nice, but it was terrible. But the original Alien vs Predator 2 is an amazing game with amazing multiplayer. You could literally, one of you plays as Predator and you can go invisible and stalk people. You can play as aliens, you can run up the walls and stuff like that. And then people could play as Marines. So there was 3 different factions in multiplayer mode. It was awesome. Awesome game, awesome story. That is how you make an Aliens game. Please,
that's
thank
it,
you.
Did you ever play that? It's been a while for me. Did you ever play the Aliens versus Predator RTS game?
No, I wanted to, but I never got around to it. Was it good or bad?
Oh no, it was good. It was fun. It was really fun. You could rather go as the humans, aliens, obviously predators. Aliens were cool because you got your queen to shit out the eggs, and then you could control the little face huggers to go and get the people, catch them, and the aliens rip out the chest and build up your little army to do your little missions and that. It was really good. It's actually backwards compatibility as well. On you can actually buy it off the Xbox store. I think last time I checked, it was about £7 or something like that. But it's worth a play. Well, it's worth a play. I did enjoy it, but in fact, it's the only version of Aliens versus Predator I liked on the console. But yeah, it was fun. It was fun, and it was that the angle they had it at as well wasn't too close, wasn't too far. So it was a good game. It could do with a bit of an overhaul, but yeah, I enjoyed that one. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I don't really do horror, but I do love the Alien films and that, and it's always a horror series I love to watch in October time and that for scary shit films and what have you. So yeah, no, it'd be good. Scare myself senseless. Why not?
Yeah, makes sense. Right, what else have we got? Right, so other than that, I think that's all the sort of generic news. There's been a lot of Activision getting bought by Xbox talk. And honestly, I don't know if I've got it in me because I'm just tired of it all. I mean, so there's been a few bits. So the CMA released publicly both Sony and Microsoft's responses. Now, Sony's, I think, was 22 pages long, and Microsoft was like 111. Now, I sat and watched a lot of the Hogue Law read through we did of this PlayStation one, and it's interesting and it's shocking at the same time because literally PlayStation's argument is Xbox will do what we do now, and we don't like that. Yeah. That is literally what they're saying all the way through it. They may raise prices on games. How dare they?
And they might start becoming like Nintendo and not compete in the 18 rated shooter space.
Yeah, they're apparently basically said Xbox are trying to make us like Nintendo, and Battlefield shit. We don't want Battlefield, we want Call of Duty. That's basically it in a nutshell. And Thimber, I'm the same. I'm tired of it. I'm sick of hearing about it. I'm sick of seeing it. But if you look at the two responses, Microsoft's was so much more in depth. It had blooming images and everything, and they were like, it's very well argued on the Microsoft one. I highly recommend watching the Hogue Law video though if you have the amount of time to sit through it. It is a long one, but it is sort of interesting. But so there's that. Then apparently it's rumored that the FTC is thinking of launching is it an antitrust lawsuit to deal with some of the aspects of this takeover. Now, it's been very much clickbaited this. It's saying they're going to block it, but when you actually read it, there's not much to it at all. So it's take it with a bag of salt because it's not even a grain.
No, that's true. That's true.
So there's that. And then is there something else? There's been so much of it, and I'm just.
Yeah. There's Rockstar. They announced, they've done a statement stopping NFTs and sale of stuff in GTA Online. And the only way I knew about it, because I did find it on GameIndustry.biz, is because my eldest son, he actually designed stuff for a server in GTA Online.
Oh, nice.
And he was telling me about it. He says, yeah, they've, it's because certain people are selling stuff NFTs. They're making like name clothing and stuff like that and selling them, which is obviously illegal because it's copyrighted and trademarked. So pretty much Rockstar have turned around and said, you can design stuff, we're happy and all that, but you can no longer sell designer things, NFTs, not happening. So on the server that my son does a load of stuff for, they've got like all top brands and stuff like that you're not buying, but they've designed them and what have you. They now have to delete everything. They have to get rid of the lot, not change it, not change the name. They have to get rid of the lot and start it all over again. So it's a lot of work that they've got to put into it. But it's good that they're cracking down on it though, because I know some people are going to think, oh well, they're trying to make money off stuff. It says, but when you're using someone else's brand for you to profit off, I'd be pissed off, and I think they should clamp down on it. And anyone that tries it, they should get banned from using it. It's only fair.
And anyone who uses NFTs should be banned from the internet because they're just shit. NFTs are crap. They ruin the planet. They're bombing out. Companies are focusing on them like idiots. Square Enix for one. And I'm sick of seeing them, to be fair. So
in fact, Square Enix are making that game, aren't they? Synergy, something.
Synergy or something like that. That one where they wouldn't actually explain what it was in the trailer. Yeah. But then afterwards, they told everyone it was an NFT game, basically. Metaverse. Did anyone watch that? The Quest Pro review, that website did with that. It was a video review, and it was very in depth. It was some woman and who worked. I can't remember where I saw it. Might have been on Tom Warren's Twitter or something like that. But it's really good, and it just shows how bad it was. Basically, like they were trying to get him into meeting rooms, and it just wouldn't work. They joined this like metaverse space, and then all these like underage tweens were chasing her around because she was a female, basically trying to harass her. I mean,
sexual harassment in VR.
They were like, ask her if she's over 18, ask her if she's over 18, and they're all like running around this bloody map. It was it's funny, but it's not funny. It's such a serious matter, but it's just hilarious when you literally stood there and they're like laughing about it because she didn't have it's so bad no one knows what's going on because it doesn't work anyway. But imagine it doesn't work, plus lots of like preteen boys trying to chase a half-bodied VR woman around because she might be a real woman and not a bloke pretending to be a girl. Do you know what I mean?
Just in a bit of skirt running around.
There's no skirt in the metaverse. They'd only have top halves. You're like floating torsos. They are putting legs in, but they haven't put legs in yet.
So what? Hang on a minute. I remember seeing something. They were showing a thing where Mark Zingerberger guy was jumping up and down, and
they've announced it's coming, but they're not real yet. They were like fake legs.
So they advertised legs coming to VR and showed them jumping around with legs and kicking the feet, and it wasn't real.
Yeah, I mean,
wow.
Can you imagine? Like Meisuko's right. Like, I work and do a lot of Zoom meetings or Skype meetings, and it's hard enough trying to get people in. Could you imagine? Like, I've got some people at work they wouldn't know how to put a headset on. Do you know what I mean? It's just like I wouldn't want to sit with a headset on for hours. VR headsets aren't very comfortable. They're not good for people with glasses. They're not particularly great. So I wouldn't really want to work with one all day, every day. But that video, it kills off. It would kill off anyone's interest in VR straight away, literally. Or at least with a Quest Pro, or for work. It's shocking, to be fair.
Yeah. It's like Facebook Meta or whatever they're called now. It's like they're just trying to ram it down people's throats and push it and push it and push it. And I'm sure they're just trying to convince all these companies and businesses it's the future. But no one, you know, I've used VR. I had the PlayStation VR. It's a comfortable headset, and it fits nice. But
it's grainy as fuck as well, though.
Yeah, I know, but after like an hour or anything like that, you've got your face is just, you've got an imprint, you're sweltering, you can feel the sweat dripping into your eyes.
Did yours ever like steam up as soon as you put it on?
Yeah.
Like you put it on and you'd have to take it off again to clean it. You put it back on, it fucking steams up again. So you end up like going, trying to suck the steam out. Yes.
I'll go.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, but yeah,
I think VR is like those 3D tellies we had like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, where you had the glasses. They were a fad. The only thing different is it's got a little more staying power. I don't think it'll ever be mainstream. And like the PSVR 2 looks and sounds amazing, but so little people are going to buy it. It's never going to be a big thing. It's just a dick flapping sort of experience. Look at us, we've got the best VR. But it's never gonna. I just don't think it's gonna take off, and I think it'll die a death eventually. That's my opinion.
I don't know. I don't know. I just think the stage of technology and development we are as at the moment with the way things are. I just don't think it is ever going. It's going to be mainstream yet. Maybe
it's not going to be good
20 years.
It's like the Matrix, and they're plugging it into our heads.
Or like what was that? Ready Player One.
Yeah, Ready Player One. Yeah. That would be amazing, but it's not like that.
No, it's
Could
not.
you imagine putting Ready Player One, the film, but then swapping it out with he puts the headset on and everything, and it's just like the half fucking torso meta of everyone's running around going, "There's a girl over there," and that's literally the film. Someone should cut that in. They should do a version of that film, and every time they put the headset on, it's done in Meta Quest. Like the Questverse or whatever it's called.
And then you just got Mark the Zinger guy stood over there just kicking his legs. Look, I've got legs. I've got legs.
Yeah, because like that's a good book and / film. I think mainly just because of the nostalgia aspects in it. I think they went hard on the nostalgia in that film.
Have you read the
look.
books?
No, I haven't. No.
Oh, Ready Player 2 is absolutely brilliant. It's really, really good. And I hope they make it into a film. It'd be good as a film. Yeah, I really recommend reading the books. The books are so much better than what the films are. So much more in them. But it's always the same with films, though, and the book can never be beaten over the film because there's just not enough time or budget. PS5 one was like a focus take up ratings. Yeah, I still think it's going to be. I think you're talking 10.
There you go. In December 2020, it was confirmed that the film adaptation was in the early stages of development.
Awesome! I'll keep an eye out for that because
it might not have Spielberg doing it though, because apparently it was one of his hardest films to make. But apparently that Olivia Cook was already signed on for sequels anyway. But yeah, apparently the authors said that they're already working on a sequel. So
yeah, it's worth it. If it's anything like the book was, it's definitely worth it, and I'd like to watch it. I'd definitely pay to go and watch it. I won't put my eye patch to get it.
Don't know what you mean. Yar,
me hearties. I got my game here.
So I think that's pretty much everything. Like I said, we're not going to cover the Activision stuff because no one cares. You only care if you're a fanboy now. It's done to death. The one thing I have noticed is the CMA has launched a probe into mobile browser and cloud gaming, basically into the dominance of mobile ecosystems operated by Apple and Google, basically because they're blocking people like Epic and Microsoft from being able to use apps and stuff like that. So apparently 97% of all mobile web browsing is through browsers powered by either Apple or Google. So, and the fact that sort of like cloud gaming is only available through browser because they won't let them have an app. So it's interesting. We'll see what happens. I think that's the next thing. The big thing in technology will be the phone stores will buckle. They'll not be exclusives. They'll not be like locked because you can't say it's not a monopoly when you don't allow other people to put stuff on. But then if that happens, then it'll eventually like filter down to Steam and stuff like that and other areas. But I'm all up for it. I'm an iPhone user and I like my iPhone.
Same.
But a lot of stuff isn't available on iPhone because of Apple blocking it. So
block the competition.
Yeah.
Hence why they stopped xCloud, because xCloud is cloud gaming technology and all the gaming, and they didn't want that, and they banned it because they can just pretty much turn around and say, "You're not having it. See you later." There's now they can do, but they do need to clamp down on it. We do,
and they don't allow other store apps in their store, even though you'd have to go through their store originally to get the store app. Do you know what I mean? So I feel it's coming. They've already lost on the USB-C, the charger cables for iPhones. They've all got to be USB-C. Is it USB-C?
Yeah, USB
3.0 or whatever the new one is. I
don't mind the lightning cable. Don't bother me.
It's the fact that you have to have a lightning cable for an iPhone.
Yeah,
every other phone uses in the day and age. It's also harm the environment because there's loads of shitty iPhone cables that get thrown away when they could be used on. Like I've got loads of USB cables that I can switch between all my fucking items. So.
You can't even get your iPhones now. They don't even come with a plug or a charger anymore, charger wire anymore. Or some of them have the wire. It's not the plug.
Yeah,
can't remember which way it is.
To be fair, I've got about 20 fucking plug ends for USB chargers.
Well, I got the XR, and when I got the iPhone XR, it didn't come with a charging cable because they took it out. Because remember, there was someone, was it in the America or UK, that actually was suing Apple for not providing a charging cable. They had to buy it separately.
Probably,
because it's like, because I went into O2, got the XR, and he says, "Oh, do you want me to set it up for you?" I went, "Yeah, I'll swap the SIM over for me, save me messing." And like, "Where's the charging cable?" I said, "Oh, they don't do them anymore. They don't come with them. But you can buy the official Apple one separate for $16.99. And I'm like, no.
It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy.
But it doesn't come with a plug. It's just the wire. And I'm like, nah, it's stupid. But yeah, if everything was just the same cable with like, it'd just be so much easier. Everyone just use the same thing. And then you can use them for multiple things. But yeah, I do agree that it should be changed. Like yourself, I've got loads of, to be honest, I've got loads of the lightning cables around because we're an Apple household in phones anyway. So there's loads of the cables kicking about. So it's not like I'm ever short for one. But yeah, it would be easier. It would be better.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's end of show time. We've been over 2 hours now. We've rattled through like every topic I can think of importance.
We killed GinNa.
We killed GinNa. We'd already killed Redders off. So we're doing good, mate. We're doing good. Slowly but surely replacing.
Is it us? Or is it Fabio taking him out?
Who knows? Who knows? You just see the milk splash across the camera before it goes off. Anyway, I've put everyone's name in who's chatted today in the discussion. So just give me a second. I'll run off a winner. Big thank you to everyone who has joined us. Like I say, hope you've enjoyed it. Obviously, it's me hosting this week because Redders isn't very well, and obviously GinNa's not here for most of it. But hopefully you've had a good time. Hopefully you've enjoyed it. It's been a bit more of a clean show today. I think we've kept a semi-tight ship. Behaved ourselves a bit. But yeah, we've got loads of stuff coming. Like I say, Monday we've got a Rambling with Redders with Sensei. There's you've got the PlayStation Network Party Podcast on Wednesday. We might have another episode of Game Room 101 on Tuesday if GinNa can sort himself out. We've got this show next Thursday, and if you come next Thursday, we've got a giveaway for the Ghostbusters Unleashed game, worldwide code for Xbox, I believe, as well. And yeah, we've got loads of stuff. I've got a load of reviews. I was going to do some after this show, but I'm losing my voice as it is. So I'll probably record them all tomorrow. I've got about 6 or 7 reviews to do video-wise. And I've also got 3 or 4 written reviews, which will be coming up soon, covering PC, Xbox, and Switch games. We've got loads of content coming soon as well. Like I say, we've got there's going to be a XBL Party Podcast OG Christmas special, which will be going live on Christmas Eve, I believe, Saturday, Christmas Eve in our old Saturday slot time, which should have me, Fabio, Slayer, and possibly Alucard on it. Just sort of a throwback because we haven't had those guys on for a while. So if we can record that soon, that will aim to be going up on Christmas Eve because you've got no better to do on Christmas Eve than watch us ramble. We've also going to do our award show special at some point. We just haven't decided when. And we are looking at live streaming watch along for the Game Awards in December, as well as the indie game showcase that we did a bit back. They're doing a December one as well, so hopefully we'll be covering that as well. So loads and loads of cool stuff coming. So hit that like button, hit subscribe, share it out. It really, really helps us. And let us know in the comments if you want to see some more content and like any suggestions. Like I say, I've got some like stuff I want to record over the Christmas break, which isn't reviews and it isn't podcasts as such. I also want to start a monthly Nintendo podcast, so I'm just trying to find a co-host for that, as well as bringing back the Weeblo Kart sort of retro focus podcast. But again, it's finding someone to do the like half an hour episodes with, as I'm not able to record them with the guy I used to. And other than that, like I say, I hope you've had a good show. The winner, there's a drum roll here, is Muppet. So congratulations, good sir. You have won a copy of The Witch. I keep going to say the God of War Game of the Year. It's not. It's The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Game of the Year edition on Xbox. So fire me a proof that you subscribed. I know you probably are anyway, but send me a picture that you subscribed on our Twitter and I'll send you your code over shortly, bud. Thank you to everyone who's been in here in chat. Like I say, jump in next Thursday, 8 p.m, because we've got the Ghostbusters code as well to give away, and hopefully loads of other news. Thank you for BMG for joining and actually staying for the whole show. You're smashing it at the moment, mate. I don't know what we do without you.
Trooper, that's
honestly,
what it is.
Trooper. And that's it. Like I say, we've got tons and tons and tons of content coming. I've been stacking up on retro games to do reviews of. So if I can get my capture card working, I've got a load of retro stuff coming as well over Christmas. Going to be tons of stuff. And in the new year, it's going to be even better. I'm looking at upgrading a load of things, and we'll see what happens, basically. So, thank you very much, guys. It's been a good show, but it's time for bed now. It's 10:15 nearly. Getting on.
Should have been bed an hour ago.
I got work tomorrow. But thanks to everyone. Muppet, Meisuko, Thimber, RZ Wolf, Redders was here earlier. Anyone else? I can't bother to scroll back through the chat, but big thank you to all you guys. Means a lot to us. You're awesome. And we'll see you next week. So bye for now, guys.
Good night, guys.